Hello, how are you? Welcome to the Art of Persuasion channel. I'm Don, and today we will explore the lessons from the book The Voice of Silence by Helena Blavatsky to discover how silence can be a powerful tool for male personal development. If you are looking for ways to become a better and more conscious man, you are not alone. Many people are seeking personal growth and striving to become the best version of themselves. However, we often forget that true wisdom and personal growth can only be found through silence. Here are some lessons we can learn from the book, The Voice of Silence, to aid in male personal development. True wisdom can only be found in silence. The voice of wisdom cannot be heard unless the ear is capable of understanding it. This impactful statement expresses the central idea that true wisdom can only be found in silence. The author, Helena Blavatsky, reminds us of the importance of being in tune with our inner selves and listening to the inner voice that is often drowned out by the noise and busyness of the external world. This notion suggests that in order to find true wisdom, we need to cultivate the ability to quiet our minds and listen to our own intuition. Through silence, we can access the inner wisdom that already resides within us, but is often forgotten or ignored amidst the hustle and bustle of daily life. Furthermore, the phrase, "The voice of wisdom cannot be heard unless the ear is capable of understanding it," also reminds us of the importance of being open and willing to learn. When we are trapped in our own ideas and biases, we are unable to hear the voice of wisdom that is always present. However, when we are willing to open our minds and hearts, we can begin to comprehend the profound truths that silence can teach us. In summary, this phrase is a powerful reminder that true wisdom is found in silence, and we need to cultivate the ability to connect with our inner wisdom to achieve a fulfilling and satisfying life. Learning to be silent can bring inner peace. Seek the way that leads to silence and solitude, where each grain is the mirror of all and reflects the image of the One. Learning to be silent can bring inner peace is another powerful phrase from the book The Voice of Silence by Helena Blavatsky. The author reminds us that silence and solitude are essential in finding inner peace and the wisdom we seek. By stepping away from the noise and distractions of the external world and immersing ourselves in a state of silence and solitude, we can find an inner peace that is hard to find anywhere else. The phrase, "Seek the way that leads to silence and solitude, where each grain is the mirror of all and reflects the image of the One," expresses the idea that in a state of silence and solitude, we are able to see the connection that exists between all things and connect with the unity that permeates everything. Furthermore, the phrase suggests that inner peace and wisdom can only be found within ourselves. When we detach ourselves from the external world and focus on our own thoughts and feelings, we can begin to understand who we are and what truly matters in our lives. In summary, this phrase reminds us that inner peace can only be found through silence and solitude, and we need to seek the path that leads us to this state in order to find the wisdom and peace we seek. Silence helps us connect with our true nature. He who knows he is nothing and knows what he wants is near to wisdom. This impactful phrase emphasizes the importance of detachment and silence in the pursuit of wisdom. Helena Blavatsky reminds us that by recognizing that we are nothing and that we need nothing but ourselves to be happy, we come closer to understanding the true nature of existence. The phrase suggests that by freeing ourselves from worldly desires and ambitions, we can connect with our true nature and find the wisdom we seek. When we learn to be silent and let go of material possessions, we can begin to see life from a broader perspective and understand that we are part of something greater than ourselves. Moreover, the phrase also reminds us that wisdom cannot be found outside of ourselves. By acknowledging that we need nothing but ourselves to find happiness and fulfillment, we can start focusing on our own inner journey and discover the wisdom we seek. In summary, this phrase highlights the importance of silence and detachment in the pursuit of wisdom, and reminds us that the true nature of existence can only be understood through self-reflection and connection with our inner essence. Through silence, we can develop our ability to discern. Man must choose. He must choose between light and darkness. He must choose between good and evil. He must choose between the divine and the human. This phrase emphasizes the importance of silence in the pursuit of discernment and mental clarity. Helena Blavatsky reminds us that man has the power to choose between good and evil, between light and darkness, and between the divine and the human. Silence helps us calm our minds and focus on our own thoughts and feelings, allowing us to reflect on our choices and decisions. By stepping away from the noise and distractions of the external world and focusing on our inner selves, we can develop our ability to discern and make wiser and more conscious choices. The phrase suggests that the choice between good and evil, between light and darkness, and between the divine and the human is a decision that each of us must make for ourselves. By distancing ourselves from external noise and focusing on our inner selves, we can understand the consequences of our choices and make decisions that lead us towards light and wisdom. In summary, this phrase highlights the importance of silence in the pursuit of discernment and making wise and conscious decisions. By focusing on our inner selves and stepping away from the noise and distractions of the external world, we can develop our ability to choose between good and evil, between light and darkness, and between the divine and the human. Through silence, we can find the strength to overcome our fears and weaknesses. Strength is power, and power is virtue, and virtue is freedom. This phrase emphasizes the importance of silence in the pursuit of inner strength and personal freedom. Helena Blavatsky reminds us that strength is power, and power is virtue, and virtue is freedom. Silence helps us connect with our inner strength and overcome our fears and weaknesses. By focusing on our inner selves and distancing ourselves from the noise and distractions of the external world, we can find the courage and determination to face our fears and overcome our weaknesses. The phrase suggests that inner strength is a combination of power, virtue, and freedom. When we free ourselves from the fears and limitations that prevent us from achieving our goals, we can develop the virtue of courage and determination. Through courage and determination, we can gain power over our lives and achieve the personal freedom we desire. In summary, this phrase highlights the importance of silence in the pursuit of inner strength and personal freedom. By focusing on our inner selves and stepping away from the noise and distractions of the external world, we can find the courage and determination to overcome our fears and weaknesses. Through courage and determination, we can gain power over our lives and achieve the personal freedom we desire. The truth is, silence can be scary. Being alone with our own thoughts can be an uncomfortable experience. However, if we are willing to embrace silence and allow it to teach us, we can attain a level of wisdom and personal growth that would otherwise be impossible. So, if you are looking for ways to personally develop and become the best version of yourself, start with silence. Allow it to teach you the lessons you need to learn in order to grow and become the person you were meant to be.